of combinations that you can get. 9 of these are essential amino acids, which means our body cannot make it. So we need to get it from dietary sources. And that's what we're going to try and touch on today. So mostly we get these sources from animals, but we can get some from vegetarian food as well. And I think most of you are vegetarian, so I will give you different examples of protein which are vegetarian. Where you can't get a food which is a complete protein, so if we take fish, meat, they are all complete proteins. They have all 20 of the amino acids in them. And a lot of the vegetarian food doesn't have all the amino acids in them, but we can pair foods together to make complete proteins.
Good evening, everyone. UK time is now approaching 8 p.m. We are conducting meditation 3 times a day at this forum for the benefit of world peace and harmony at UK times 8:45 a.m., 11 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Those joining from other nations, please make note of their local time in accordance with their time zone. Today's events are taking place for the 1400th day, and we are proudly announcing that. We are grateful for the PSSM Tamil Europe, PSM Global India for their sponsorship, as well as motivation and support rendered to us. Firstly, brief introduction to meditation and steps to perform will be explained, followed by meditation for up to 30 minutes. Thereafter, the main event for this evening from the guest speaker, Jeganathan Nair, who will deliver a talk on power of protein, why it's essential for our well-being. Finally, there will be time for discussions as well as announcement before we conclude the program. Let there be peace, unity, health, prosperity throughout the world. Let the benefits from our meditation as a group magnify and spread worldwide. Now, tonight's meditation will be facilitated by Anandi Baladasan Master from Canada. Over to you, Anandi Master.
Thank you, Dr. Jeganathan Master. Vanakkam, Namaste, greetings to all. Today, the Friday, 14th of March 2025. Meditation connects our body, mind, and soul. We are blessed to do this meditation. Drink warm water before and after meditation to prevent dryness of the throat. Sit in a comfortable position. Keep your body relaxed, head upright, and spine erect. If you are wearing spectacles, please do remove them. Clasp your fingers like this and keep them on your lap. Keep your feet crossed like this. Slowly close your eyes with a gentle smile. Focus and observe your natural breathing. Breath is our guru. You may get thoughts during meditation. Come back again and again. Focus on your natural breathing. Gradually, our thoughts will lessen. Now, melodious music will be played. We'll do meditation for 30 minutes. Thank you. Masters, last 5 seconds. Please come back to your normal awareness. Unclasp your fingers and gently place them on your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now open your eyes and we'll applaud by clapping our hands for 30 seconds and enjoy completing this wonderful meditation. We would like to show our gratitude to all the masters who joined us today. Thank you. Now over to Jeganathan Master.
Thank you, Anandi Master. Now let us thank Anandi Baladasan Master for guiding the meditation for this evening. Also for the masters who were behind the scenes and providing the music, as well as displaying the posters and recording this program. Furthermore, our gratitude extends to our parents as well as well-wishers for their respective roles dedicated for our birth and achievements and good standing in the community. Also, our gratitude to the universe that provides the basis for every life within it. More importantly, the sun rises each day, overcoming the darkness, providing the necessary light for survival of all living beings. The events at this forum provides means to overcome the darkness of our ignorance and to light up the wisdom. We are grateful for the masters, Mr. and Mrs. Iskandaraja, who have inaugurated this forum and working tirelessly for its successful running. Now we are coming to the evening program. The guest speaker is Jeganathan Nair Master. She has previously delivered speeches. Let me give a brief introduction. She is an award-winning registered nutritional therapist and certified health coach. She promotes women's health, more importantly, to find natural solutions for perimenopausal issues where nutrition, adapting lifestyle, and mindset. Using such approaches, women can build up their body confidence and learn to accept and love themselves whilst dealing with their symptoms to improve their health. We warmly welcome Jeganathan Nair Master to deliver her speech. The topic, as I mentioned earlier, is power of protein, why it's essential for our well-being. Over to you, Jeganathan Master.
Thank you very much. Wonderful meditation. It was lovely to do that meditation before entering into this talk, so thank you for that. And I also want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to speak today on this topic on protein, which I feel is very, very important. And I really hope you get some value from this talk. And I will deliver my talk, and then if you can ask me questions in the chat, that would be really good. And I'm going to try and make it interactive. So first of all, I'd really like to know where you're calling from, just so that I get an idea and so we can interact with each other. Just type in the chat whereabouts you're calling in from. It would be really nice for me to see. And then let me just go straight into my talk. Sorry, before that, let me introduce myself. Master here introduce me about, I'm a nutritional therapist and I've been doing this for several years now. Very passionate about helping people live in optimum health, which is really, really important. We're living longer lives and we need to know, all of us need to know how to look after ourselves better, you know, lifestyle wise, nutrition wise, mindset, everything is very important. So my approach is very holistic. I'm a mother of 2 and a grandmother of 1. So it's very, very important for me to look after my health so that I'm fit and healthy to be able to stay up during the night. You know, my grandson is 6 months old, so still a very tiny baby, and, you know, to be able to play with him, and as he grows older, to run around after him, it's so important for me. So I'm passionate about sharing this message with everybody because I think everybody deserves to live in a really healthy body that serves them, where you can be with ease within your body and, you know, just live life beautifully. So today's topic is protein. Protein is, I don't want to get too technical, but let me give you some background to this so that you understand what we're actually talking about. Protein is something called a macronutrient. So we have micronutrients, which are vitamins and minerals. Macronutrients are, you know, the what we eat and how we classify these type of foods. So protein is a macronutrient, and along with that, carbohydrates and healthy fats. These are our macronutrients. And proteins, they are broken down into something called amino acids. And there's 20 different amino acids that make up proteins. They're all strung together and put together in different type of combinations. So there's an endless amount of combinations that you can get. 9 of these are essential amino acids, which means our body cannot make it. So we need to get it from dietary sources. And that's what we're going to try and touch on today. So mostly we get these sources from animals, but we can get some from vegetarian food as well. And I think most of you are vegetarian, so I will give you different examples of protein which are vegetarian. Where you can't get a food which is a complete protein, so if we take fish, meat, they are all complete proteins. They have all 20 of the amino acids in them. And a lot of the vegetarian food doesn't have all the amino acids in them, but we can pair foods together to make complete proteins. So why do we need protein? I mean, why is it so important? Why am I even talking about this today? So protein is the amino acids, which are, you know, the building blocks. They are, when we eat a protein, they break down into what we call amino acids, and then they build new protein. And this is used for our muscles, our tendons, our bones, our cartilage, you know, having a healthy skin, blood, hair. You may have experienced it yourself or heard of people where hair is falling out or the hair quality isn't very good. It can be because you're not getting enough protein in your diet, or the quality of your nails are not very good. We need to produce enzymes, hormones, antibodies, and so much more depends on the protein that we eat. So you can imagine, if we're not eating enough protein, then the quality of all these things that I mentioned will be affected. So it actually, what I want to say is even cravings. If you have a lot of sugar cravings or carb cravings, it can also mean that maybe you're not getting enough protein in your diet. I don't know if anybody's experienced this. Do you experience this? Anybody here? Let me gauge whereabouts you are on this protein journey. Do you get lots of sugar cravings, for example? Because that can indicate there's not enough protein in your diet, because our body is always searching for energy. And if it's not coming in the right components, then we will go towards things that are quick energy, which is sugary foods or high in carbohydrates. So anybody experiencing cravings or not? Everybody's perfectly healthy in this group?
I used to, in the mornings, some others, my husband and everybody, they will eat fruits, but I like to have one toast at least, because even though I take fruits and everything, but still I need a bread. One piece,
Okay.
at least one piece of toast or something, I need it.
Okay.
So I don't know whether it's the craving of protein, do you think?
That's so having toast, that's high in carbohydrates.
Yeah.
It does have some protein in it. So it would be good to, I will go into solutions, but to quickly answer your question, it's actually better to have even that toast with some protein that can help with cravings that you might have. Because often what you'll find if you have something like toast, our blood sugar raises. When we pair it with protein, our blood sugar is balanced. So our blood sugar raises and it will come crashing down. When it comes crashing down, we will need something else to eat. And again, we're looking for quick energy. So you may then need a cup of coffee or a cup of tea with some sugar in, for example. And then that also takes our blood sugar up and then it comes crashing down. So we're hungry again. And then we need something else to eat. So all day long, we could be eating like snacky foods or getting hungry all the time and having something. And actually, a lot of people think if it's just a coffee or tea, that's okay. It's just almost like water, but that's not the case. So even a coffee or tea should be classed as food because our liver has to detoxify that. So we're trying to, when we go back to the topic of protein, we're trying to increase our amount of protein to prevent us from doing this all day. Like keep having different snacks all day. The more protein we have with our main meals, it will keep us satisfied for longer, fuller for longer, and our need for, all these snacky foods starts to diminish. So ideally, we're looking to eat maybe 2 main meals or 3 main meals a day, not so many different meals, and not so many drinks with sugary things in as well.
Yeah, I do have only 2 meals, but morning
Yeah.
I have with the toast, fruits, and coffee. So
Okay.
is that okay, or bread is taking bread is not good or bad?
That's so many of us may have gluten intolerances only because of the quality of gluten. So bread is glutinous. And so that's it's a big question to answer, to be honest with you. There are definitely better quality foods that you can have rather than toast. If you're having toast every morning, there are better quality foods you can have, something like millets are going to keep them much more nutritious than plain flour or wheat, even better than wheat bread. So, or even sourdough bread is better than, your very soft type of bread. You can have that with seeds, that will increase your protein level. So protein and, toast and fruits is not enough protein. You do need some more protein with that.
There's one Babu Master is raised hand as well.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry,
Thank
you
you.
want to ask a question? Hi.
Thank you, Jeganathy, Master. I just want to make sure that I understood your question correctly. This is what I understood. That is, if you have sugar craving, that means your body is telling you that you have protein starvation. Am I right? Is that the question?
So I'm saying it could be. I cannot tell without actually knowing your background and what's going on with your health, but that could be a reason. There can be many reasons if you've got sugar cravings, but that can be one reason.
One reason, I see.
Because we're talking about protein today, it's really important to mention that if you're not having enough protein and you're getting sugar cravings, one thing to correct can be to try and have more protein in your diet and see if the sugar cravings come down. There can be other reasons, for sugar cravings as well. which is
okay, good. That makes sense to me now. I understand. That makes sense to me now because I was thinking that I am having a protein starvation. It's not.
no.
It could be something else. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it can be something else. Exactly. So let me give you some signs and symptoms of protein deficiency. So cravings can be one of them. Sugar cravings can be one of them, but it can also be a few other things like having a slow metabolism and gaining weight, or you might find it trouble losing weight. You might find it difficult to actually build muscle. So your muscles can be waning and you're not able to build that muscle. Or maybe you have, this is quite a common one, low energy and fatigue can also be a symptom. Poor concentration, difficulty learning. Does anybody have that? I mean, I get that a lot with my clients when they come and see me, is quite often poor concentration. They can't focus, or, you know, they're quite moody. Especially with women and hormonal conditions, moodiness can be quite a big symptom. And I will often find that their protein is low in their diet. Moodiness, mood swings, but muscle, bone, and joint pain. Anybody get pain in their bodies here? Blood sugar changes, so that, you know, you have an imbalance in blood sugar, which can then lead to diabetes as well. So this is what I'm saying, if you have sugar cravings and when you are having a lot of sugar, then that can lead to diabetes because your insulin synthesis can start to go up. Also slow wound healing as well. So, you know, as we get older, we may find we have slow wound healing, but it could be perpetuated by not having enough protein in our diet. And definitely low immunity and, you know, being susceptible to colds and infections quite often. So these are also symptoms of, you know, protein deficiency. So if you find that, you know, winter months come and your immunity is low and you're always getting infections, these, you know, all of these are questions to ask yourself. So let me just check the chat. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was protein requirement. So what are our protein requirements and how do we work that out? So on average, for a general person, you know, normal activity, we say 0.8. You might want to write this down if you find this interesting so you can work it out for yourself too. 0.8 grams per kilogram of weight. That's the protein requirement for a general person, not much activity, you know, maybe you sat behind a desk. We always want to balance the amount of protein. Just because protein is good for us, what do we not do? Not have lots and lots of protein. We still need to, everything should be in moderation. So for a normal person, 0.8 grams per kilogram of weight. So for example, if you are 70 kilograms in weight, you would need 56 grams of protein in your diet through the day, okay? For somebody else who's quite active and you're working out, you've got lots of activity, lots of physical activity, we would say roughly 1 gram per kilogram of weight. So if you're 70 kilograms in weight, we're talking about 70 grams of protein through that day, okay? Just to give you an example. Anyone else who here is like a bodybuilder or doing, you know, training for a marathon or something like that, you need to have a little bit more protein. We would say 1.2 grams per kilogram of weight. So for the majority of people here, not knowing, I mean, maybe there are marathon runners or people who are training heavily here, but in general, somewhere between 0.8 and 1. So I have started working out most days of the week because of, you know, being in perimenopause. I want to strengthen my bones and I want to retain my muscle mass. So I'm taking about 1 gram per kilogram of body weight now. Okay, so that's a really good calculation for you to do to work out how much you should be having a day. So then what we need to do is split this into either our 2 meals or our 3 meals that you're having. Possibly you're having a snack, but ideally we do not want to be eating more than that. So going back to 70 kilograms again, you might think of having 30 grams for breakfast if you're a 70 kilogram in weight, and then 20 grams for lunch and 20 grams for dinner. Ideally, you want to be top heavy with your number of grams so that you're having more in the morning. Your body can digest it easily. As we go more towards the evening, you want to have a little bit less so that we're not sitting on lots of protein in the evening, but we're not as active in the evening as we are in the morning. So on average, you might be saying 30, 20, 20. If you're having a snack, then, you just adjust that a little bit. So I wanted to show you something actually, and that's, I don't know how many people here use ChatGPT. Everybody use ChatGPT. Would you like me to show you something on that, which I think is really good? So this might be, I think most of us, we've come to an age where we kind of need to use ChatGPT. I use it a lot in work. Does everybody know, if you can just like show me your hand, does everybody know what I'm talking about when I say ChatGPT? Okay, good. So most of you know, okay. And if you don't know, then get somebody in your family to show you, so you might be able to work this out. So I have the app open here, ChatGPT, okay? And if I want to work out, because it's not easy, okay, we say 30 grams of protein for breakfast, what does that actually look like? So if most of you are vegetarian, what do we actually include in that to get the 30 grams or the 25 grams? ChatGPT is so useful for this. And I've been using this within my own groups as well when I'm working with my clients, and they're finding it really helpful. So you just, where it says ask anything, you just go in there and then you put in what you're currently eating. So I don't know, the master, you said you're having toast, okay? 1 slice of toast. So I'm just going to put that into here.
Fruits, fruits and coffee.
And a bowl of fruit.
Yeah, different types of fruits, bowl.
Bowl of fruit.
Coffee without sugar.
Okay. With milk?
Yeah. So I take almond or oats milk, not the cow's milk. Almond or oats.
So I've just put in 1 slice of toast and 1 bowl of fruit and coffee with almond milk and no sugar. How much protein is this? Now, I'm not saying do this for every single meal. I'm just saying do this once in a while to gauge how much protein you're having. So you have an idea of whether you're getting the right amount of protein or not. So when I put this in, so your toast has 3 to 4 grams of protein. If it's whole wheat, is it whole wheat toast?
Yeah.
Okay. Your bowl of fruits has 1 to 2 grams of protein, and your coffee with almond milk has 1 gram of protein. So your estimated protein for your breakfast is 5 to 7 grams.
Yeah.
Where we're really ideally looking towards somewhere between 20 to 30 grams. Obviously, I do not know your weight, so I'm just guessing. Somewhere between 20 to 30 grams is what you should be aiming for.
So it's not enough. And
No,
somebody suggested using creatine supplement, but I'm a vegetarian, so creatine is something non-veg, isn't it? Creatine
it's an amino acid, so you can have that, but I won't suggest protein powders like that without actually knowing whether it's useful for you or not. So there are different protein powders that you can have, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. And I have some here to show you as
Yeah.
well. So adding protein powder can be quite a good way of getting them in, but it's very, very important because I don't know your source of creatine for me to say, yes, it's okay to have. So when you choose your protein powder, say you're going to have, let's just say oats, because everybody knows oats. It's actually not that great a breakfast. A lot of people think porridge is actually a very good breakfast, but it can really raise your blood sugar level. So that's an entirely different conversation. But just to give you an idea, if you can mix some seeds and chia seeds in with your oats, it makes it more protein heavy. But still, even then, it won't be enough. So then you can add some protein powder. There's lots of vegan protein powders available. There's hemp protein. But you must make sure so I want to teach you, when you get these protein powders, you must look at the ingredients. So when you look at the ingredients, if it's got like 1 million ingredients in and you don't understand them, okay, let me not exaggerate too much. Let's say it's got sometimes it can have, 30, 40 ingredients in these protein powders, and you won't know what they are because, and if you don't know what they are, I would say, don't buy it unless you have somebody to guide you to say, okay, that's okay, you can have it, it's a clean product. So just going to the shops, even, people can go to Holland and Barrett and pick up something.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's clean just because it's a health food store. So we're trying to aim for clean protein powders. A lot of the time, I will only suggest protein powders that have one single ingredient, like hemp protein, for example.
What is that, please? Can you spell it?
Hemp protein powder. And most people can actually use that. I'll put it in the
chat. Yeah.
In the chat. Nobody's interacting with me. No one's telling me
Yeah,
where
a couple of masters have raised their hands. Shall I call Therese Mariadas master
Okay.
first?
Yeah, sure.
Are you there, Therese Mariadas master? Or Anandi Baladasan master, you can speak now.
Yeah. Hi, master. I take studies for fiber and I grind all the nuts.
Okay.
Almonds, all the nuts, walnuts, and I put powdered chia seed and sesame seeds and almond milk.
And you mix all of that in a drink?
Shreddies, yeah. Not shreddies.
Okay. No, in a drink. Or in shreddies?
Not the drink. It's like
you make a ball.
It's like oatmeals.
Like it's a cereal.
Yeah, cereal. Shreddies.
Okay.
It's fiber cereal.
It's fiber. And shreddies isn't too bad. I can't remember, it's been a long time since I had that, so I can't remember if there's any added sugar in shreddies. So that's what you need to check for. Any of these foods that have added sugar.
4 grams or something for a cup.
Per cup is 4 grams, is it?
And I grind all the nuts. And
so that's good.
Yeah.
I would encourage you to sometimes eat the whole nuts as well. It's fine to grind them. Like something like chia seeds, I'm not keen when people actually mill them because you want them to swell. That's when you really get their benefits. So
we soak it for a while and then
it's better. Like with chia seeds, I would say soak it for a while and then have it as it is. If you find it difficult to eat because it gets stuck in teeth or something, then you can grind it, but try and make it swell in your liquid first and then you can grind it.
That's what I do,
Yeah.
Okay. And sesame seeds.
Yeah, that's good.
And almond milk. Yeah, almond
milk. Then what you can do is you can put that into ChatGPT for your amounts, because I don't know how much you're having, and you can say 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of mixed seeds ground, how much protein is there? And then you will know, okay, how much you're actually having. And then you will know how much you need to add of other things in order to make up your protein amount for a meal.
Mostly all the seeds, pumpkin, sunflower seeds.
But you just need to check how much, because it may still not be enough.
Okay, thank you.
Therese Mariadas, master.
Thank you, Jeyanthi Master. I think I have been not eating, I think 3 years in the breakfast.
That's
But
okay.
that in the morning, the huge cup of milk, with the coffee, the Sri Lankan coffee mostly. Sometime this coffee, but the decaffeine. I am using decaffeine only, and tea also decaf. I think is it enough for the break? And second time, I take the one without milk. I normally take the 3 dates. That's only my breakfast. Isn't that okay for the protein?
So that's not very much protein. So another really important thing is, in order for hormonal balance, it's better to not have caffeine as your first drink of the day.
No, I am not. I am not using decaf.
Caffeine. Even decaf has small amounts of caffeine.
Yeah.
So it's better to actually start your day with something more filling than that, something that has protein in it that is more satisfying. That's what I'd say. It's difficult to individually cater to everybody in this call. So in general, it is better to have some protein with your breakfast and then have your coffee or tea afterwards. That's what I normally advise, even if it's decaffeinated. It does have small amounts of caffeine in it. So
then I try to include the protein, the second and third meal. The second meal normally, in between, I take the one mint tea. Then after 2 hours, I take the ginger, not tea, just small pinch of ginger. I cut it and crush it, and just boil it 1 minute. Then I drink a huge cup of water. In the middle, between the
okay, I
second meal, I try, then the lunch, mostly I use the couscous.
So, okay,
and
so
lots of vegetable.
Okay, that's not enough protein. So let me give you examples of protein. Okay, I think that's really important here, so everybody understands what protein is. We know that meat is protein, for fish and meat and dairy. A lot of dairy is protein, cheese, milk, a lot of that has protein in it. But if we're talking about vegetarian protein, things like couscous, rice, they are not protein. So we're talking more things like our beans.
Yes, I added. I know couscous doesn't have more protein. I know.
Okay.
I know a little bit knowledge about the protein and carbohydrate.
Okay.
Which
so
I know.
I'm addressing everybody.
Yes,
I
add with sometime I use the couscous because doctor said little bit. I don't know.
That's okay. I'm just.
Then I add the moong dal. Moong dal.
Yeah. So I just want to tell everybody as well, so everybody understands what protein is. Yeah, that's why I'm mentioning this. So
moong dal and kondal kadala, I added mostly moong dal, kondal kadala, and then I have added in the night for the the nuts, the little the kaju, little peanut.
I just want to 1 second, please. I just want to interrupt you. I just want to allow everybody else to understand what I'm trying to say so that they understand what protein is. Okay?
Quinoa is another substitute, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. So there are two, in vegetarian food, there are 2 types of complete protein. So when we talk about fish and meat, they are complete proteins. In vegetarian, quinoa and buckwheat are actually what we call complete proteins, which have all the amino acids that I was talking to you about earlier. And other things like, the beans and lentils, they're not complete proteins, but when they're paired with something else like either millet or rice or whole wheat, your pita bread or roti or something like that, then they become a complete protein. So the pairing is really important, like how you eat something with another product. So either, I would say, rather than white rice, try and have brown rice, try and have millets, and pair that with your black-eyed beans and your chickpeas, and have like hummus with these things as well. In terms of buckwheat, you can have buckwheat noodles and pair that with some beans, with some tofu. So soy also is another good a source of protein. That's also a complete protein. So when I say soy, I don't mean, your corn that is like your reconstituted meat, not that type, because that's very processed. I'm talking about tofu, tempeh. If anybody has heard of tempeh, I'll put it in the chat so you understand the spelling. This is a very good source of protein, and it's also fermented, so it's super healthy for us. And also edamame beans, they are complete proteins. So including some of those in your meals would be like very beneficial if you're vegetarian.
There's another master, Ken Cornison, raised his hand.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to quickly interrupt you. Being a vegetarian for more than 70 years, I think I now felt that what you were saying is correct. I mean, I'm 100% sure I'm having protein deficiency now. So in order to make it better, I mean, the worst part is now I'm almost like a vegan now. So, I mean, what sort of plant-based protein you can suggest? You were saying beans anyway, that's fine. Apart from that, I mean, what else we can take it? I mean,
nuts and seeds are really good.
Yeah. Can I take it down, madam? Yeah. Can you?
Yeah. So nuts and seeds. So you're almost vegan. Some sort of protein powder, like I mentioned before, hemp protein. Also, we all know moringa powder.
Yeah.
That's also a source of protein. So including that, you can actually have that as a herbal tea. Just mixing like a quarter teaspoon or putting a spoon of that into your dal, for example, can increase the protein. Other sources of protein which increase the amount of protein is, when you have sprouted beans, that can actually increase the amount of protein rather than having it whole, like and mung beans, the pacha payarnu solluvom.
Yeah.
அது வந்து நம்ம sprout பண்ணி சாப்பிட்டா it's really, really good for us.
Only thing, I mean, when we say pachapayar, if you can actually, make it, you have to have it raw, I mean, rather than...
Yeah, rather than cooked.
Cooked, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more nutritious and higher nutrient rich if you have it raw.
Okay.
So just having that on the go, even... sprouting quinoa, it's very easy to sprout quinoa. You only need to soak it for 2 hours and it will start sprouting. Chickpeas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the urid dal? I mean, we make those in Italy. Does it contain any protein?
Yeah, so the best way to actually have dosa in Italy is using millets or using your pasi parippe, other different types of parippe. So you can make a really good protein-rich dosa rather than having the white rice and urid dal. You mix things like moong dal, chickpea, ragi. It becomes super nutritious for you. So you definitely can start having foods like that. That will really help. I mean, any of us really. Even if we eat meat, we all definitely want to be including more vegetarian food into our diet. So having these plant-based meals are really important. Somebody said they try and add tofu into most of their meals. I would say adding tofu is very good. It is still a processed food. So adding it into a lot of your meals may not be so beneficial for you. It's better to add in some of these beans and pulses and lentils more if you're vegetarian. And that, I think that was Vanajay, you were saying. Better to add in these sources if you're vegetarian. Tofu's fine. Tempeh's fine, but mix it up and don't try and have the same source of protein with like most of your meals. So if you're having tofu, maybe 2 or 3 times a week is what I would say. Definitely not every day.
What is in paneer? They call it paneer, is it?
Paneer is dairy.
Oh.
Paneer is Indian
protein.
cheese.
Is it protein?
It's protein. Yeah. Paneer is protein. Halloumi cheese is protein. So if you're vegetarian, not vegan, then you can have things like that included in your diet too.
Excuse me, madam. Can I, all these even plant-based protein can be converted into amino acid?
Yes, but you need to pair it in order to get a complete protein. You need to pair it with something that's suitable. So if you're having dal, then you need to pair it with rice. That then becomes a complete protein.
Okay.
If you're having hummus, then you can pair it with some millet or whole wheat pita bread, for example. Then that becomes a complete protein.
I want to, sorry to bother you again. I was trying to cut back the rice, zero rice policy for 6 months. Unfortunately, at the end of 6 months, I lost about 10 kilos. But having said, unfortunately, no, it's a good news. But the unfortunate and bad news was my thinking, I was really tired and I take so long to decide something, those type of things. And I think you need carbohydrate, definitely you need, isn't it? To function.
So
balanced.
It's a balance. You don't necessarily need rice. I would say more nutritious is millets. So instead of bringing rice back into your diet, I would say replace it with millets because it's much more nutritious. And that's also a carbohydrate. So, but carbohydrates can be less. We actually need to be increasing the amount of vegetables we have and having a balanced plate. So we have on your plate, if you think of it as we're looking at a balanced plate, a quarter of that plate should be protein. A quarter of that plate can be starchy veg or some sort of carbohydrate. Half your plate should be vegetables. And even vegetables do have protein. So I wanted to, let me share my, if I may, let me share my email address with you. And I have a document which gives you a breakdown of all the different types of protein and how much protein is in each product. So I would love to share that with you. If you want to send me your email address, I hope that's okay in the group. Please tell me if it's not. But this is my email
or
address.
if you can send it we can post it to our group. Whole group can get it. If you, if you can send it to Srikant Raja Master, then we will.
Sure.
We will forward to the group, so group people can get it.
I can do that, yeah. And it gives you a really good breakdown for each different category of food. So I'm very happy to share that with all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any more questions? Am I?
Yes, from me.
Yes.
I am taking with my break. I take a portion of porridge in the morning with semi-skim milk, and after that, I had a little bit of honey with the porridge. Is that okay? Daily honey.
Ideally, If you can have it without the honey, it's better for you. So the other question about, when you're having oats by itself, are you hungry within a couple of hours?
No.
No, you're not. Okay. So
I take this as well.
the whey protein
powder.
Okay. Okay. So that's why, because you have protein in there. I'm not a fan of whey protein, but if it works for you and you're not hungry and you're healthy, then go for it. That's completely fine. Everyone has, everybody's body is different and everybody's needs are different. And, I value that very much. And we can't say this is wrong or right. It's just what as a nutritional therapist, I look at different types of protein powder, but if that works for you, that's good. And if you're full, brilliant. That's really good. Then you don't need to do anything. The only thing I would say is try and have variety, because the more we want to have different types of food, if we have the same food every day, our microbiome, so our gut health, may start to suffer. So having different types of foods and not oats. I know lots of people who have even chia seeds are healthy, and they will have chia seeds every single day for breakfast. And I would always say, mix it up and have different types of foods. Let your gut really benefit from all the different types of plants and spices and nuts and seeds on a daily basis. That's, if you can take one thing away from today, that's what I would say. Don't get stuck on the same food every single day.
But I have breakfast porridge or muesli. And another day I have toast.
Okay.
So
you do vary it.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's
and
fine.
then I have a small drink of whey protein powder.
Okay. If it works for you, that's great.
And also I have multivitamins.
Yep. That's
vitamin
good.
C. And what else I have? All the tablets, my medicines.
Yeah.
And then I have 10 o'clock, I have this whey protein powder.
Okay, sure.
So is it a balanced diet?
It's, I guess it's a fairly balanced diet. Without going into more detail, it's difficult for me to say that. We'd need to look at all your meals and understand how your health is as well. The way I can say whether something is balanced for somebody is really looking at their state of health. If your state of health is good, then it's a balanced diet. But if you have like aches and pains and some health conditions, then maybe what you're eating may not be exactly the right type of food for you. And that can only be understood by looking at your full profile. Just by talking to you for a few minutes, it's not easy for me to understand whether that's balanced for you, because it's different for everybody.
I suffer from rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah, okay.
Another master, Sugendra.
And also I got chest problem.
Yeah. So then
I had a right low lobectomy
different
done.
types of foods to eat that can help with all of that.
Yeah. I had a right low lobectomy done. So part of my lung has removed. So I am a little bit on the weak side for my health. But I maintain it.
Okay.
Yeah. I go out for short walk. So
Sugendra master, do you want to?
Excuse me, I'm not finished yet. I don't normally come and blabber around. Just only when I'm really desperate to ask questions, I come out. So
what is your question? When you have these health conditions, we need to go a lot deeper into helping you change your nutrition and making sure that's nutritionally right for you.
I also have become vegetarian since 1982, but I have been eating eggs. That's my GP advised because of my health condition. And apart from that, I'm not, I won't say that I'm tired.
Okay. You're okay then?
Yeah. I go out for not long walk, short walk. And now I'm doing Zoom exercise classes. I used to go to face, and then I can't go out now. So I use these Zoom face exercise classes. We have 4 times a week yoga classes here with this group. It's very, very good.
Very good.
That's what my respiratory physician was saying yesterday.
Okay.
I'm doing the right thing.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yogendra Master, do you want to?
Jeyanthi Master, I want to ask you about green vegetables.
Okay.
Well, is there enough proteins in green vegetables?
So there is some amount of protein. So for example, there's definitely protein in the vegetables, but minimal. So for example, Brussels sprouts has about 3 grams. Cauliflower has about 3 grams. So it's minimal amounts. I mean, it all helps in terms of adding protein to your meal, but you do need something that has higher protein in it, like nuts or seeds or the beans and the pulses and the lentils. You need those alongside your vegetables, but each one is slightly different. A lot of the green ones are slightly higher in protein. They're about 3 grams, and then the others with less color in them can be a little bit less in terms of protein, but it all ranges between 1 to 3 grams per 100 gram of food.
Okay. And the salads as well in that group, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Shanti Parameswaran is also has raised her hand.
Thank you, Jeyanthi, for your very informative talk. Just one question. You said at the beginning, along with buckwheat, you mentioned something called quinoa. What was it?
Quinoa.
How do I spell that?
That's Quino. Different people say it differently.
I got it. Okay, right. And just about eggs, I do take eggs. How many eggs per week can you take?
It's about 7.
Oh, so no fear about cholesterol?
No. I feel that's a myth that maybe at some point, there's different people saying different things, trying to confuse us and trying to get us off track and trying to get us to believe different things. But actually, the cholesterol aids towards good cholesterol. I don't believe that it aids towards, the bad LDL cholesterol. When we're talking about cholesterol and LDL, which we kind of say is bad cholesterol, we're talking really more about saturated fats from meats, the unhealthy fried foods. That's what really lends towards that kind of cholesterol. But the good cholesterol we actually really need. We need it for our hormones. We need it for our well-being. We need it for our skin. So those healthy fats are really, really necessary. And an egg for me is a healthy fat.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Kumarasamy Master raised his hand.
Now it's time for Tamil translation. Thank you.
Kumarasamy Master raised his hand.
We'll finish Kumarasamy Master and then thank.
There's one question there. Please read it if you don't mind. I think it's even heart patients can consume 7 eggs.
Kumarasamy Master, you had to unmute yourself.
Is it okay, Jeyanthi Nair Master?
I would say having 7 eggs a week is fine. We're not saying it's not 7 eggs a day, where some people who are working out are having 7 or 8 eggs a day. 7 eggs a week, having 1 egg every day or every couple of days is completely fine, and it's a necessary fat. And heart patients also need to have these healthy fats, really, really important. So yeah, I say that's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very wonderful speech.
We shall show appreciation to Jeyanthi Master for delivering this wonderful speech by clapping our hands for a few seconds. Thank you. Kumar Saipilla Master, you're going to translate, I think.
Summarize her speech here.
Greetings to everybody. Firstly, I would like to thank Jeyanthi Nair for sharing very important information about the protein. Actually, it is a cornerstone of our health. So if we ignore that, then we will have all sorts of problems like tiredness, weakness, all the chronic diseases. So I think we have been following, but maybe it's not enough. So you are given a really clear guideline as to what are the essential things, and thank you very much for that. Now I will summarize your speech in Tamil. Thank you. இன்று ஜெயந்தி நாயர் மாஸ்டர் அவர்கள் புரதத்தின் ஆற்றல் உடல்நலமும் மகிழ்ச்சியும் கொண்டிருக்கும் நிலைக்கு இது ஏன் இன்றியமையாதது என்ற ஒரு தலைப்பில் அருமையான உரையை வென்றார். முதலாவது இந்த ஏன் இது இன்றியமையாதது என்றதை, மற்றது இந்த புரதம் என்றால் என்ன என்பதை ஆரம்பத்தில் உள்ள விவரமாக வென்றார். இந்த புரதம் அநேகமான அமினோ ஆசிட்ஸை உண்டாக்குறது, பலவிதமான அமினோ ஆசிட்ஸ் இருக்கின்றது. அதற்குள் 9 மிக முக்கியமானது. என்றால் இந்த அமினோ ஆசிட்ஸ் தான் எங்களோட உடல்ல எப்பொழுதும் உடலை ஒரு வலிமையாகவும் ஆரோக்கியமாகவும் பார்த்திருப்பதற்கு மிக முக்கியமானது. இப்போ உங்களுக்கு எல்லோருக்கும் தெரியும், அநேகமாக மாமிசங்கள் சாப்பிடுவதற்கு இந்த பிரச்சனை இல்லாது என்றால் அவர்களுக்கு மீன் முதலிய நிறைய இருக்கின்றது. பிரச்சனை எப்போ வருது என்றால் மரக்கறி சாப்பிடுவதற்கு தான் போதிய அளவு புரதம் உடலில் இருப்பதில்லை. ஆக இதே என்றால் புரதம் இப்ப மிக மிக முக்கியமானது என்றால் உடல் நேரத்திலே எல்லா விதமான ஆற்றலை நலமாக வைத்திருப்பதற்கு ஒரு இன்றியமையாத பொருள் என்று கூற வேண்டும். தசை, எலும்பு, முழு உடற்பாட்டுக்கும் இது முக்கியமானவை. ஆகையினால் நாங்கள் எப்பொழுதும் எங்களுடைய உடலிலே போதிய அளவு புரதம் இருப்பதை உறுதி செய்வது மிக நல்லது. இப்ப சில நேரங்களில் இந்த புரதக்குறைவு இருக்கிறது என்பதை எப்படி நாங்கள் கண்டுகொள்ளலாம் என்றால், முதலாவது எப்பொழுதும் இந்த உடம்பு எந்த நேரம் ஒரு சர்க்கரை சேர்ந்த உணவுகளுக்கு ஆய்வு தேடிக்கொண்டே இருக்கு. வேண்டாம், உடல்ல புரோட்டீன் இல்லை என்றால் இந்த சீனியான உணவுகளை தேடிக்கொண்டிருக்கும். இது ஒரு அறிகுறி என்றால் அந்த உடம்புக்கு புரோட்டீன் காணாது. இது இருந்தது என்றால் அப்படியானது இருக்கிறது. அடுத்ததாக உடல் எடையை நாங்கள் கவனிக்க வேண்டும். உடல் எடை கூடுவதோ ஒரு குறைவதோ இது ஒரு அறிகுறியாக எடுத்துக்கொள்ளலாம். சில நேரம் சில பேர் சோர்வுற்று களைப்பாக எதிலையும் ஒரு நாட்டம் இல்லாமல் இருப்பதென்றால் அவர்களுக்கு நிச்சயமாக இந்த சத்து இல்லை, புரோட்டீன் இல்லை என்றே நாங்கள் எடுத்துக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். அவர்கள் என்னென்ன சாப்பிட வேண்டும் என்றதை நாங்கள் பார்க்க வேண்டும். மற்ற மூட்டு வலி இப்படியான பிரச்சனை எல்லாத்துக்கும் காரணம் புரத சத்து உடம்பில் காணாது என்பதை நீங்கள் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். அடுத்ததாவது இந்த எப்பொழுதும் ஓடி ஆடி நல்ல உழைப்பு செய்வர்களுக்கு முக்கியமாக இது எவ்வளவு கூடிய அளவு வேண்டும். அடுத்தது இன்னொரு கேள்வி வருகின்றது, இந்த புரதம் என்றால் எவ்வளவு நாங்கள் சாப்பிட வேண்டும் என்றால் ஒவ்வொருவருடைய உடல் நிறைய மற்றது அவர்கள் எப்படியான செயற்பாடுகளில் ஈடுபடுகின்றார் என்பதை பொறுத்து இருக்கின்றது. உதாரணமாக ஓடி ஆக்டிவா இருக்கிறவர்களுக்கு கூடினது வரும், மற்றது சோம்பலாக இருந்து வேலை செய்வர்களுக்கு குறைய தேடி வரும். சாதாரணமாக 0.8 கிராம் 1 கிலோ வெயிட்டுக்கு எடையை கொடுத்தது. ஆகையினாலே நாங்கள் எங்களுடைய உடல் எடையை கொண்டு எவ்வளவு புரோட்டீன் சாப்பிட வேண்டும் என்பதை நாங்கள் எப்பொழுது நினைக்க வேண்டும். அடுத்தது சில நேரங்களில் கூடிய அபியாசம் இருக்கிறவர்கள் உடல்நலத்தை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும் என்றால் எப்பொழுதும் புரதச்சத்தை எடுத்துக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். மற்றது இந்த புரதச்சத்து என்ன மாதிரி என்றால், இப்போ நீங்கள் புரதச்சத்து சில இடங்களில் புரத பவுடரும் வேண்டி சாப்பிடலாம். ஆனால் வேண்டும் பொழுது அது முதல் பார்க்க வேண்டும், அதில் என்னென்ன இருக்கின்றது என்று அறிந்து புரிந்து அது உங்களுக்கு நல்லதா என்று யோசித்து அவற்றை எடுக்க வேண்டும். மற்றது இப்போ நீங்கள் பால், மீன், இறைச்சி முதலியவை சாப்பிட்ற நீங்கள் அது அநேகமானவர்களுக்கு இந்த பிரச்சனை இருக்காது. பிரச்சனை மரக்கறி சாப்பிட்றவர்களுக்கு தான் இந்த பிரச்சனை வந்திருக்கு. என்றால் சாப்பிடுகின்ற சாப்பாட்டில் உடல் நலம் பேணுவதற்கு சமமான இன்றியமையாத புரதச்சத்து இருக்காது என்பதனால் நல்ல சாப்பிட பார்க்க வேண்டும். உதாரணமாக சோயை சாப்பிடலாம், மற்றது பச்சைப்பயிறு, மில்லட் போன்ற தானியங்கள் நீங்கள் பாவிக்கலாம். இருக்கின்றது என்று கூற வேண்டும். அடுத்தது நாங்கள் இந்த தானியங்களையும் சாப்பிடும் பொழுது ஒரே தானியத்தை ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் சாப்பிடாமல் அவற்றை மாற்றி மாற்றி கலந்து சாப்பிட்டு கொண்டு போனால் இது உடலுக்கு நல்ல கிடைக்கும் என்று நினைக்கின்றேன். அது முக்கியமானது என்றால் நீங்கள் உங்களுடைய உடல் நலம் எப்படி இருக்கின்றது என்பதை பார்த்து தான் நீங்கள் உங்களுக்கு எது குறைவு இருக்கின்றதா கூட இருக்கின்றதா என்பதை தீர்மானிக்க முடியும். இப்ப நாங்கள் எங்களுடைய சாப்பாடு நாங்கள் உடல் நலம் சோர்வு இல்லாமல் சோர்ந்து களைப்பாக இருக்கின்றோம் என்றால் எங்களுக்கு நிச்சயமாக தெரிய வேண்டும். எங்களுக்கு புரதச்சத்து காணாது, அதுக்குரிய நடவடிக்கை எடுக்க வேண்டும் என்று. அடுத்தது மற்றது முக்கியமாக வயது போக போக இந்த உடல் நலம் பாதிப்பதற்கு காரணம் போதிய அளவு ஊட்டச்சத்து இல்லாதிருப்பதாகும். அதில் இந்த ஊட்டச்சத்திலே மிக முக்கியமாக நான் கவனிக்க வேண்டியது புரதம் இருக்கின்றது என்று பார்க்க வேண்டும். மற்றது என்று கூறிக்கொண்டு இன்றைய உரைக்கு நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகின்றேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
நன்றி குமாரசாமி பிள்ளை மாஸ்டர். அவரையும் பாராட்டி சில வினாடிகள் கைதாட்டி விட்டு சிஸ்கந்தராஜா மாஸ்டர் சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல ஒரு கேள்வி இருக்கின்றது, நான் பேர்ந்து வாசிக்கிறேன்.
Nandri. Wonderful translation, Master Pillai Master. There are very few announcements.